It's been a while since I've done a video of me speaking, but this has been in my mind for quite some time, and I just, wanted to share with you guys. I know most of you have very short attention spans, so I'll try and, be quick on what I want to say. This is not a message against women. I love women, but it is for my brothers out there. Um, there's this wonderful quote that I saw by one of these very great, I don't know, should I say influential speakers and ministers on YouTube one time. I think it was on the Breakfast Club. I think one of these major reverends here in America, the African American community. And also Warren Buffett, the billionaire, has said this. The most important decision, or the second most important decision in your life you will ever make is your wife. I'll repeat this again to the men out there. The second most important decision you will ever make in your life is who you choose to marry. I don't want to put people's business out there, but I've lost. It's been a rough couple of years. When you grow up with people, there's a way we men always feel. We feel we're indestructible. You feel you're gonna live forever. Typical thing when you're younger. You feel we'll outgrow. Our parents will go first, and then we'll bury them, and then we'll grow old together, get married, have children, and all of that. This year alone, just this year alone, I've lost two of my childhood friends, and two of them literally died because they married bad wives. The one thing I always tell people is the worst thing that can happen to a parent. I'll never forget this. The first time I ever heard this was when I watched Lord of the Rings. I was still younger then. In Lord of the Rings, I think this was that Fellowship Two Towers. I think I'm not sure that Fellowship. No, it was Two Towers. The king said the worst thing that can ever happen to any parent is to bury their child. I've lost other, young promising men recently, apart from these two. But the topic I want to really emphasize today is on men out there. I'm happy, especially when it comes to Nigerian Twitter. If you're not active on Nigerian Twitter, I'm happy. Shout out to Wizarab, shout out, sorry, to Wizarab, to CR7, God Brand, to all those guys that have been making young men aware of how to deal with modern women. Now, our mothers were different. I'm not saying our fathers were perfect, but our mothers understood why you need to stand by your man. And some of our fathers did their best. I don't know about your father, but my dad, he tried gone. I will always stand and be proud of my parents. The two of them, they are superhuman. Of course, like the one thing you understand as you become an adult, like I'm not a young man again, I'm not a spring chicken anymore. You understand? We don't the year we don't the year middle age. So, but when you grow older, you understand the sacrifices your parents made and how difficult it is. You understand to raise children, stay there, to build a community and all that for them. My parents tried going with what they were giving, then tried going. I always be super proud of both of them. Back to the topic. As a young man, do not let nonsense influence you when you're choosing a wife. I am speaking to you from my own personal experiences, which I love, which I cannot share everything here. If I start telling you things with my eye don't see since I moved into America, I'm gonna leave. I'm sorry. And back to English. I also went to my Nigerian or bring it a little bit, but back to English. Be very careful when you're choosing a wife. Any girl who is extremely rude, don't marry her. There are some basic principles that each person has, which you expect from your wife. You're not going to get 70%. You're not going to get 75%. Be God. If you create that. Sorry, back again. I went to the Nigeria. You are not God. You can't create. that kind of person or that kind of woman. What you want to look for is someone between 60 to 65. That's what you're going to get. Once you get a woman who's between 60 to 65% or more cherisher, a woman that will take a little bit of accountability because women take no accountability. Yes, I said it. It's just a little bit. A woman who can tell you sorry. A woman who will choose you first and has her own mind. Not someone who's easily influenced. Not someone who everything she has to ask her parents. I'm just telling you some basic red flags you need to look away from. If you're African, you need a woman that can cook. And you need a woman who's going to at least try to be submissive to you. Now, different situations, different experiences, different things, especially for my immigrant brothers, put you in certain situations where you have to compromise some certain values which you might have grown up with. I have some, I don't really call them friends, I'll call them acquaintances that have met some lovely women in America, and so far their marriages are going fine. I also have a very good and dear friend of mine who took his time and eventually found a fantastic wife here in America. So, foreign women, yes, some of them, their head is on straight. You don't necessarily always have to go back home to Africa to go and marry a girl. And then, I'm sorry this is getting long, but I'm I just decided to pour out my mind a little bit because this has been on my mind for so long. I've not had time. I've not, to do this particular video. And secondly, I didn't want to put my friends out there because of their families. Let's not be as if I'm trying to look for clicks or all that. So that's why I won't even go too far. But be very careful, especially when you're abroad. Don't be deceived by all these guys that are telling you, your Nigerian women are bad, or your African women are this, or your South African women are that, or your Ghanaian women are that. Go abroad, they value. Oh my God. If abroad women show you shaky, you will go and marry that your Ghanaian or Nigerian bad girl. Or more leave. I know what I'm saying. You think you think your African women are bad, then they learn work. As in, you don't even know what you're talking about, man. Compared to modern women, you will see premium shaggy. Sorry again, I'm going to be dropping a lot of Nigerian slangs and you know, so I'm sorry. It's just the Nigerian in me. It just pops out, especially when I'm trying to drive a point. But I still try to stay, and speak English most of the time. Just in case you're a white brother who sees this video, or you're, an African American brother who sees this video, or you're an African wherever you are who sees this video, because TikTok pushes everything to different places. Be careful who you choose as a wife. Do not ignore the red flags. Oh, she will change it, she will not. A girl who fights or who beats up men will fight you and beat you up at home. A girl who is not submissive and is shouting, I do not believe in submission, will never be submissive to you. If you are a simp in marriage, you'll be a simp forever. I don't know about other people's relationship. I can only tell you about what I've experienced and what I've been around. If you are in a relationship that it looks as if it's going to kill you or choke you, I am speaking as a Catholic who, in my religion, they do not believe in divorce. My brother, leave. It's even in the Bible. I'm going to go a little bit as a Christian. If you marry a bad wife, it is better you live on the roof of your house than to live in the same house we are. If it is too bad, leave. I repeat, leave. Don't be a Will Smith. Sorry, I had to use his name. But seriously, you should have left his wife since. That woman is every weapon fashioned against him. The one person who should be your rock, who should be beside you 24/7, cannot be your greatest enemy, cannot be insulting you outside. I don't know what you people think marriage is. You should always defend your wife everywhere. Same, vice versa. Your wife should always stand and defend you anytime, any day, any moment, any second. That respect has to be there. She cannot be the one embarrassing you in major platforms and everywhere, putting out your business out there and speaking English to try and cover her nonsense. There are non-negotiables you need to have as a man to have a happy life. I am begging you, as someone, as a stranger that you do not know from anywhere, if you see this video on the internet, as a man, be very careful the woman who you marry. It will make you, break you, or kill you. Thank you. Bye.